Hi, I'm Scott, and this is Scott Rod's Wicked Rides.
Alrighty. Well, it is halfway through July now, and yep, Sketchy's still in pieces. So here's some updates on what's been going on around the shop. Um, After dealing with that car that got taken from the shop, I had to go get that out of impound and go deal with all that. I was working on an instructional video on the Jeep we have out front, and well, here, check this out. This is why we didn't get to continue on with the instructional video yet. All right, so like I said, my slide hammer, it is the smallest fitting on it. So I always match it up with the diameter of the bearing first. That way I know it's going to open up in there. Tilt it like so. Make sure it's flat up against it. Make sure your jam nut's tight. Okay. There you go. You get your bearing and your seal at the same time. So that way, if you're like me and you get the wrong ones the first time, now you got a number on it. Now you got the right seal. You can go take that in and you can match them up to get the right ones. So that's why I've already done this once. I actually had to tap this one back in just so I could put it back together and get it out of the way. But we'll get it done right now. Well, everything's going all right on this until I get to, man, that old bearing groove the shit out of that axle. So I'm gonna go call the. I worked on that Jeep. We found that out that bearing ground into that axle. So I'm looking for an axle for a '96 Jeep Grand Cherokee with a 10-bolt rear end, 27 spline, driver's side. So I obviously want to be working on my frame. So here's a reminder that the frame, the cross member is ready to go. I did order the rear end gear for Sketchy, so I'm waiting on that, and then we should be able to put that underneath the frame, bolt everything up to it finally, start getting the cab bolted back onto it. I don't think I'm going to make it to that good guy show like I was trying to, because it would have to be done next week. And yeah, well, if I don't even have anything put together yet, there ain't no way it's going to happen. So we are hopefully next week going to be done with our just update talking videos and kind of doing whatever, because Sketchy will be getting more work done to it finally. I drove a lot this week. Another thing I haven't really told anybody is my dad had been diagnosed with prostate cancer. Well, he had that surgery over the weekend, and we were over there trying to help out as much as we could. But he's actually doing really, really good. So I'm very happy about that. I'm very glad that everything went according to plan. So now we can move forward with him. But I might have to help him mow his grass, do some stuff around his house, just whatever he needs. He's a little ways away. So dealing with that on top of everything else that we've been dealing with. There was some other stuff that happened in our town. I'm not going to bring that up because it was already a bad enough deal that we had to deal with around here. Just a lot of drama. But because of all that, I kind of was in a different area. My head wasn't great because I was just more worried about my dad. I was worried about everything else going on. So what helps me deal with that as I started cleaning up out front. So I took that vehicle that had that locked up engine. We took it over to the new shop, put it over in a storage spot, out of sight, out of mind. Um, Also, that SS Impala that was sitting out front that my buddies had for a while, smoked a deer in it. Well, that went to my other buddy that used to race Regals and GTPs. He's actually going to bring it back to life. I dropped that off on Friday, and I'm pretty sure he called me Saturday morning and said that they put spark plugs in it, they put a starter in it, they put an alternator in it, and that thing's actually running again. So that's really cool to hear that, it was still a running engine like I remembered, and they, got proof of that now. So that was cool to see that keep going forward. Um, didn't really have much else going on because, like I said, my dad had the surgery. We were dealing with that. I wanted to be around for it. I was worried about it, so I was kind of just not working on anything so I didn't mess it up. Driving a bunch. I drove really far. I put 1,200 miles on in 3 days. I don't really drive like that anymore, but I did. So after we got done hanging out with my dad on Saturday, I hurried up, ran back here. We grabbed the G35, and I took it to the first Morris Cruise Night that I've been to this year, and the first one that the G35's ever been to. So I was trying to show off, our car that we've had locked up in here for the past 3 years. But now it's got the new interior, so it's kind of cool. I showed up kind of late, but we still made it, still counted for me, and I at least made it to a car show finally. So a little bit of the car show here, as we're going through. I got some pictures, but like I said, I was late. Everybody was already starting to leave. Um, if you look at my shorts, there's a pink Cuda that was there. There was a Hellcat somebody made into a convertible. That was kind of neat. I didn't have them the right way for this, so it's the other way. So just watch those on the shorts if you want to check those out. And then now we got that Model A here last week. Well, we're going to go check that out because it's Oblivion Zero's drummer, Blake. He's trying to sell it. Like I said, they're trying to move on to bigger, better things with the band. So let's go check that out because it is still for sale. And I will be putting it on eBay here. We might let it go one more week around town, but they need the money sooner than later. So I'm probably going to put it on eBay, see if anybody, worldwide wants to come and bid on it, come and get it. Who knows? But we need to get rid of that thing as soon as possible. So let's go check that out. 1931 Model A. All right, let's go check this thing out. All right, so what we have here for sale is a 1931 Ford Model A, two-door, rat rod. It has a Chevy 350 engine, has a turbo 350 transmission, has a Camaro rear end, has a S10 front subframe on it. Don't really know much more about it than that though. It's not mine. Got some Kraggers and some slicks in the back, old school. Not really sure if those are Kraggers in the front. Kind of some bullet style wheels in the front. Got some street signs folded up for some front seats. Fuel tanks right behind you. Toolboxes, open. You can put a fire extinguisher in there. There's some flares in there. Um, the shifter, chain up in the front, that's park. Hold it in the middle, that's reverse. You lay it down on the ground, that's drive. Walk up to it. Make sure the battery's all hooked up. Flip the switch, hit the button, fires right up. If you guys are interested in this, it is Blake's from Oblivion Zero. He's the drummer from the band, and well, they're trying to do bigger, better things. So this thing is for sale. Only if you're serious, hit me up, message me, contact me somehow. But it's going up on eBay here next week if nobody contacts us locally. So if you want to know more about it, hit us up.
see y'all next week. So if you like what you see, hit that like, subscribe, and notification button because we have new videos coming out every Monday.